field, to the studio, to your eyes and ears. Welcome back. The 816 hours here. I think I just head smashed a little too hard right there, but
got a concussion.
Concussion, yeah.
Put him in concussion protocol, folks.
welcome
man.
back.
Blue
welcome
Tim,
back. The 816 hours here. We don't leave. We're always here. Me, Bryson, and Keegan today. How are you guys? How are you?
Good. Get to sit down, talk some baseball, kind of a pace changer. Baseball's been away for a little bit, so it's exciting. A lot of moves made this offseason, but excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I told Carter the other day, I've been in kind of a baseball mood. I mean, the weather's kind of been better. The other day when it was like 67, I was like, man, it feels like opening day. Like, I mean, I'm ready for it. I don't know why I'm excited, but I am. I mean, it's just a great thing. But yeah, it's been a busy off season.
Not opening day for that Royals game last year that we went to.
That
was brutal.
It was snowing.
That was brutal.
Hey, Carter, make sure this year if we go, you bring a sweatshirt or something, buddy.
Got you.
Hey, we're 100%
I
going
will.
again. 100%
Oh, we
going
have
again.
to. It's a yearly thing now.
Yeah. Want to know. 816 are at the Royals game. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
That's big. Carter, how are you doing, sir?
Good. Good. Glad to be back in baseball. I know football's coming to a close here in the next month. Baseball starting up.
Don't
World
bring that
Baseball
up.
Classic starting up here soon. I'm so pumped. Probably the
When does
best.
the World Baseball Classic start?
Pretty soon. I want to say it's over by the start of the regular season.
Wow. It's coming up quick.
Mhm.
Huh. Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
At least I think that might be totally wrong, but
It's not for like another year.
But today, interesting topic. Can the Texas Rangers make the playoffs and or win their division?
Golly. It's a weird question. Like you said, they finished 68-94, fourth in their division last year. Rangers used to be kind of known as kind of a powerhouse in the MLB, I'd say. But ever since Rougned Odor got punched Jose Bautista, then Joey Bats, and then Toronto swept them a couple of years in a row. Texas just really hasn't done anything as of late. Made huge moves this offseason. They signed Bruce Bochy, brought him in 3-time World Series champ for the new manager. That's exciting. But I don't know. I really don't know if this Rangers team is going to crack the postseason.
I really think they could. With the last year's two pickups of Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, I think those guys are finally starting to get comfortable in their new uniforms and their new homes. I think they could. I think it would be a really tight race in that division. I think they could definitely make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But the Astros showing in the playoffs, it's going to be hard to steal that division from the Astros. But I think the Rangers could wind up with a wild card spot.
No, yeah, it's tough. I feel like you're not going to know till like late next year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be a team that may start hot and they're just going to be streaky, and then they're going to find their footing late. Maybe like the Phillies. I'm not saying they're going to go as far as the Phillies did, but I mean, yeah, like Bryce said, 10 years ago, this team went back-to-back World Series. Now hasn't really done much. Got a really nice new cool ballpark. Has spent money last 2 off seasons, bringing in Marcus Semien and Seager, and now DeGrom, and just building on that pitching staff. It's kind of hard to say because like you make all those moves and you're like, oh, playoffs. But I mean, they made those moves last year and lost 100 games, so
True.
It's tough to tell. And baseball's also a weird sport, so you never know. I could see them winning 60 or winning 160. So who knows?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, the pitching. They've added 3 arms this offseason. Plus,
Big.
they drafted Jack Leiter and wound up getting Kumar Rocker as well. They signed Jacob DeGrom, and they signed Nathan Eovaldi. Hasn't been officially confirmed yet, waiting on physicals, but they signed Nathan Eovaldi, and they have John Gray and Andrew Heaney. I think probably one of the best rotations in baseball. Jacob DeGrom, when he's healthy, he's the best pitcher currently in baseball, in my opinion. I I really think that team could go places. They just have to stay healthy and stay hot. Let the young guys play.
I was gonna say just to bite a hole in that, Jacob deGrom, he hasn't pitched over 100 innings since 2019. Nathan Eovaldi, yes, I know. I love the name. I love Nathan Eovaldi. I think he's a great pitcher. Career-wise, he is 67 and 68 with a career 4.16 ERA, so it just hasn't really been effective. Dealt with a couple injuries last year as well. Andrew Heaney, he's been up and down. He had a decent year with the Dodgers last year, an ERA over a 4. Martin Perez, he was re-signed on a 1-year deal. He's coming off of arguably his best season, so hopefully he can build off that, but he's in his 30s, 32, 33. So hopefully he can. John Gray, hopefully he builds off that great season he had last year. He dealt with injuries. But pairing these established guys with the young pitchers they have in Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker, I think it's going to pay off long term, not right now, if that makes sense. I think maybe in 2023, or no, not 2023, 2024, 2025, 2 years, 3 years from now, when Leiter, Kumar are fast tracked to the MLB, and then they're paired with the deGrom, the Evaldis, John Gray, people like that, then it'll pay off.
No, yeah, you look at this team, it starts with the pitching staff. I mean, they loaded up with arms. But also, I mean, I think it's just based off the offense. If the offense can, score runs and the rotation can be above average, I think that'll get them right there in the playoffs or contending for it. The Rangers lost 100 games last year, but I feel like Marcus Semien and I feel like Marcus Semien had an underrated year last year. I mean, he went 248, which isn't great, but 26 homers, 83 RBIs. I mean, that's a solid year. I know he started slow. I mean, I think he went like the first whole opening month without a homer or something. I just remember them talking about it. But Seager also 33 homers and 83 RBIs. I mean, I feel like they had underrated years. The offense coming through, and then Nathaniel Lowe batted over 300. They kind of just got pieces everywhere, and then they got young guys coming up like Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter. So definitely. 2023 is going to be a weird season for them because I don't know if they're ready to contend yet, but it's an exciting next 3-4 years for the Rangers for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. They called up their top prospect first round draft pick Josh Jung late in the season last year. It's good to see them calling up their young guys. Marcus Semien, Corey Seager. Said before, they're only going to get better the longer they spend there. And Adolis Garcia. That's 2 seasons. He's had pretty good years, hit 250 with 27 home runs and 101 RBIs in 2022. I think he's going to continue to get better. I think this team is promising. My only concern with this team would be their middle to late relievers.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Barlow, Jose Leclerc, and Brett Martin being their top guys in that bullpen. I think they could definitely improve, which every team could improve in their bullpen, but they could definitely improve there.
Yeah, I was going to say the bullpen worries me.
They made a lot of acquisitions to get that rotation right, but didn't really make any moves to kind of solidify the pin. Would have liked to seen him make a move for like a Craig Kimbrell, Brad Hand. Mm-hmm. Those would have been kind of established arms for their pin, their lineup as well. But one thing that I will say, they have the 6th ranked farm system, 6 top 100 prospects. So they have the ability to go maybe get an established bat. Brian Reynolds, he's a guy that kind of piqued my interest, kind of lacking on their outfield depth. So he's a name. But their biggest concern last season was the pitching rotation. They had the 9th highest ERA last season, walked the 4th most batters, bottom 10 in strikeouts. So them going out, signing all those guys to kind of make that right, getting Chris Young, like Keegan mentioned, getting the new ballpark. So they're trying to contend. They're trying to go make moves, and it's exciting
Stay
to
relevant,
see.
Yeah.
I just think it's a couple years out.
No, I agree. That's the thing. Like I said, 2023 is going to be such a weird season for them because they have like DeGrom and, Semien to lead them. But, then you got Josh Jung. You never know what he's going to do. Obviously, he was a top pick. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of inconsistency for the Rangers next year. But if they want to, contend next year, I think it starts with their prospects breaking out like Josh Young, improving that outfield. I also had them. I really had them. Adolis, like you said, I feel like underrated last year. When I went to go look at his stats, I didn't realize he had over 100 RBIs. I mean, that's over 100 RBIs on any team is really good, and on a 100+ loss team. I mean, yeah. But I also had them improving yeah, exactly. But also had them improving outfield. Maybe look into getting Brian Reynolds. I feel like that'd be a great fit for him in center field. Then there you go. Now you got another bat to put in the middle of that lineup, or maybe at the top. Just improve that team even more. They spent a lot of money, but I feel like they're a couple steps away, with the bullpen or maybe finishing off that lineup. I think they're right there.
I would agree.
Quick, give us a record prediction for next year. How many wins do you think this team finishes 2023 with?
So you got to take into consideration Jacob deGrom doesn't throw more than 100 innings in a season. All jokes.
Jacob deGrom is now winning Cy Young.
I would love that, and then I'd love for Carter to trade him to me midseason in fantasy baseball for pennies on the dollar.
Chill.
Yeah. But to take into consideration, this team had the most stolen bases in the MLB last year. I think that's big. I think Josh Jung, I think he's a great prospect. I think he can be a 300 hitter with 35+ home runs at some point in his career, not this season. But I could see this team winning 80, 85 games. I think they take a step up for sure, making these improvements to their rotation, but I just don't see him contending with the Seattles, the Houstons, teams like that in their division for sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's a tough division, so you got to win most of those games if you want to contend. You got to play the Astros, the Mariners. The Angels have been making a few moves, so who knows, really? That's tough. It is tough.
It is.
I'm gonna go like 78 to 81 wins. I think they'll be right there. I think they'll be, a good enough team, but just inconsistent. So I go 78 to 81 wins for sure.
I like that.
I said 84 and 80. I think they could be a winning team next year. I think they could definitely sneak into like one of those last playoff spots, but MLB's coming out with a new format for the schedule next year. They're not going to play. They're playing every team at least once next year.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they're
so
playing.
It's going to take away from them having to play the Astros in Seattle as much.
Mm-hmm.
They're still have to play them a lot, but not as much as prior years.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot they were doing that. I'm excited for that now. Yeah, you're going to see, just from our point of view, you're going to see the Royals playing like, hopefully for Carter's sake, the Phillies. You're going to see them play more. You'll finally get those 3-game series. The Phillies may come to Kansas City, and Carter will get to see Bryce Harper. Carter, have you ever seen Bryce? Sorry, this is off topic. Have you ever seen Bryce Harper play in person?
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to that game. But yeah, Rangers, they'll be right there. They could always add maybe at the deadline or even before the season to help with that bullpen. If they made a few moves for the bullpen, I feel a lot better about them getting into the playoffs.
Okay. Last topic. Who's your MVP for this team in 2023?
2023. Give me Adolis Garcia. I think he continues to just build off of his, we mentioned 100 RBIs last season on a 100 loss team. I think this guy, the lineup gets better. I think Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, I think they continue to get better, developing in the Rangers system in that park. Josh Jung's in that lineup as well, so I think his numbers go up as well. But Adolis Garcia.
Mine's Marcus Semien. A couple years ago, you saw him he finished, I think, was third in the AL MVP voting. If he can have that kind of year, this team is going to be good. So I think it all just depends on his season, or maybe Seager too. I mean, both put up 80+ RBIs, but I think Marcus Semien will be the MVP, and he'll have another one of those repeat years.
Yeah, my guy. I think Nathaniel Lowe's going to have another great year. I think he's only going to improve from last year. So
love that.
I can see him hitting 310, 315 this year, improving from last year's 302. So I'm excited for this team. I'm excited to watch this team.
Like that.
I think they're gonna be a fun team for sure, and they'll
Mhm.
definitely win a good amount of ball games. It's a good time to be a Texas Rangers fan for sure.
If Jacob DeGrom, if he can pitch 150, 170 innings for him, yeah, I could see him winning a good amount of games for sure. For sure. I think that's going to be the
I mean, if
biggest
things
thing.
go right for them, I mean, this team could be. I mean, think about it: Seager and Simeon could be MVP candidates. DeGrom could be up for Cy Young.
100%.
Let's say Josh Young breaks out. Nathaniel Lowe is consistent, 300 plus batter. I mean, this team could easily get to 90 wins.
And even if you just look at it in the long-term perspective, you signed the best pitcher in baseball to now teach Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
your other young pitchers in your farm system. That's exciting. The spring training games for the Rangers are going to be so fun to watch. I can't wait. Boy, where the Rangers playing? They play in the same place as Kansas City, don't they?
I think so. I think they're in the
I think they do.
I think they
Cactus
do.
League.
Mm-hmm. That's big. We'll make the trip. No.
Got to. But got anything else? Anything else on the Rangers 2023 season?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Hit us up. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You're watching this right now. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell.
Yeah.
Anywhere you get your podcast, we're there. Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music. Leave comments what you want to hear and what you want to see. We do this for you guys' enjoyment. But hit us up, Big Cartel, /CL 6 hour. Awesome merch, sick merch. Bryson's got on a sweatshirt.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nice shirts on there, some awesome pins
Yes.
on there. But we out. Got anything else?
Yeah.
We out.
Peace.